issues. Facebook dropped their live stream, so I don't know if they found offence to something in the intro, whether they just don't like me. This is the second time in 2 weeks that they have canned me. So we are on live again, and I'm going to give everyone time to log back in. Looks like a few are jumping on now, so that's really cool. It looks like we're working. So give us a thumbs up, give us a comment so we know we're out there and people are back on. Don't forget to enter your postcodes in so we get the postcode draws. So give us some thumbs up, guys. Give us some comments. I need to know that everything's working okay. There we go. Bill, give us a thumbs up. Give us a address, something like that. Fish on, got you now. Matthew Wales, what happened? I have no idea. Facebook just canned us for some reason. We were still going on YouTube, but Facebook canned us. So, yep, looks like we're back up and running. So that's good. I won't replay the intro. I don't think we need to do that. We don't need to put any more pressure on Lisa. Just keep the comments coming. So, joke of the week, it was from Mark Cook. So, Mark Cook, thank you very much for the joke. As I said, you mightn't have got the intro in the last feed. You got some suffix line, some jig heads, a football jig, and a chatterbait. So that's all good. Look, we've got heaps of people online. Kevin, Matthew, good to see you. Good to meet you, mate. That was really good. Scotty, Luke, Bill, yeah, everyone's getting on back on. So it looks like they're all logging back on, so I'm happy with that. Hopefully Facebook doesn't kick me off again. I don't know why Facebook did that, but that's the way it goes. Tristan Locke, Sebastopol. I love that name of a town. Listen, what I've got to do is I've got to get on to Lisa as quickly as I can. I don't want to keep her in the dark for too long. She is in the green room waiting patiently to answer questions, and she is very, very confident that she's going to kick the boys' asses. So I'm looking forward to chatting with Lisa about all of that stuff. But today I did get a package in the mail, and this is it right here. So this is tonight's raffle. So after you finish putting your comments in for the postcodes, and for people that are on for the first time, you'll know that Harry inside, he watches the show and he will pick somebody at random with the postcode. So about halfway through the show, we will do a postcode prize. But this box of goodies here was sent to me by a gentleman in Queensland, lovely fella, Brad Wixon, and Brad has donated this to the Tim Steenhouse raising money for Tim. So I just want to go through this quickly. There's well over $200 worth of brand new gear in here. None of this is used. He's hand-picked it. It is a Bass pack. So I just want to go through it quickly. You've got Jackal spoons. You've got your Ziri lines. You've got, what have we got there? Mask vibes, spinner baits. You've got Kitech plastics. You've got sliders. We've got Samaki plastics. We've got, what have we got? Some spinners, some spoons. What else have we got in here? And some more crankbaits and a wasabi spoon as well. So well over $200 worth of gear here. As people that watch the show know that we are auctioning this off each week to raise money for Tim for his physiotherapy bills. So there is $200 worth of gear there, at least, at a quick guess. I've laid it all out there for you. So we will be taking bids. Somebody is going to go home with that prize pack. Just remember it is going to a good cause, so don't be tight. What else have I got? Joke of the week. We've got the auction done. I just want to show everyone this for the people that haven't followed anything this week on social media. I finally stepped up in the world, and this is my new website. So corysdamfishing.com. It will get you to all of my social media platforms. So what you will see there is the last 8 episodes of the show. So if you miss a show, it's easy. Just type in www.corysdamfishing.com and you'll find the last 8 episodes of the show. You'll find all my Instagram, Facebook, and some blogs and what's going on. So look forward to you all jumping on and supporting the website. Thank you very much for everyone that's already had a look. Go, Lisa. You've got plenty of people in there giving you a bit of a shout out. We've got a $50 go so far for the pack. So thank you to Chris for the starting bid. Well done. Keep your postcodes coming in. And don't forget to chuck a couple of jokes in. The jokes themselves, just makes Harry's week. He loves getting the jokes and he loves picking out the best one. There we've got somebody on from Coonabarra Brand. There's a big one for you. So, yes, looking forward to getting a couple of jokes this week. You can send them in personal message if you want to. G'day, Timmy. Good to see you online, mate. We're still raising you some money, bud. But anyway, I better get Lisa on and let's have a talk to Lisa and see what she's going to do to absolutely annihilate these boys, as she keeps telling me. So let's go, and hopefully Facebook doesn't kick me off again. G'day, Lisa. How you going?
Hi.
How are you? Say g'day to everyone out there watching. This is your first time on the show.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
But I think you have actually you've got Matty's shirt on. You've been a watcher since day dot. You've been on the show watching since day dot. So I do appreciate your patronage on the show. Everyone's going to give you a big shout out now. So it's very hard to read the comments flowing through at the same time as talking. But listen, let's tell us a little bit about yourself. Why did you enter the comp?
So I've entered the comp because I absolutely love fishing now. I never used to. People that know me know that my husband is a hardcore fisherman and would always go fishing. He took me to a place for our first date and I just sat in the car because I wasn't into fishing at all. He got me hooked because I stole one of his jackal lures and flicked it across the water and landed a 50-centimetre bass. And pretty much since then, I love going out with the kids. They are my drive to keep fishing. It's about them and seeing them catch fish.
That's all right. We didn't pause. I was just giving you time just in case you wanted. $100 is the bid for the prize pack. Listen, that's a great story. A lot of people will go their whole fishing career, tournament or not getting a 50-centimetre bass. That's a cracking fish, and you've whacked that off the scales, early on in the piece.
Yeah, so every year in October, there's a few people online that I can see that we do a friends, family combined fishing comp, and pretty much that's what got my husband and I to want to keep going in fishing. I want to step out of the family boat and the family comps, and that's why I want to enter to give an ABT a crack.
Yep, and you obviously have been on the show for a long time, and you've asked a lot of questions with throughout your learning and your journey to improve yourself. How far away do you think you are from doing your first ABT once they get back and running? You're in for next year?
I would love to go next year. I've just recently done a charter for my 40th with Matthew Langford. He absolutely taught me so much. Even though I didn't catch a fish, I've walked away with a wealth of knowledge. And that's pretty much drives me and inspired me. That's why I'm wearing his shirt. He's inspired me from the first show with Matthew to want to do an ABT.
Yeah, look, Matty and I are good mates, and people think that I'm just mucking around when I pick on him a fair bit and I give him a bit of a hide and whatnot, and he takes it very well. But the man can fish, but not only can he fish, he's a likeable sort of fella. Everyone gets along with him, but he's also a bloody good teacher.
Yes, definitely. And I walked away with so much that I would not have normally done when we enter in family comps, because like I only ever do trolling, and I'm just a lazy person when it comes to trolling. I would rather hang my rod out the back of the boat and just wait for a big fish to whack it, and it did not so long ago at Somerset. I got my PB at Somerset, which is a 55-centimetre bass trolling.
That's a stonking fish. 55. Yes, Harry, please. I've had a bad start to the night.
I should give it to you early because I didn't convince.
My son's just delivering me some cold beverages. Come in and say good day to everyone quickly, mate. I know you love getting on the show, so wave to everyone. Wave to Lisa.
Hello.
All right.
Hi, Harry.
Hello.
So you jump out, and I might give you a signal later on for another one of those because it was it was a very stressful start to the show. I don't know why Facebook kicked us off, so I will be writing and asking to Facebook. But anyway, we're back on. Everyone's loving you. I keep going to say Calissa because that's what you started on my show as Calissa Craig, and you're asking all those questions. So I'm hooked on Calissa, but it is actually Lisa. So I will apologise in advance if I call you Calissa for the rest of the night.
So Calissa is my husband and I's name combined, Cal and Lisa.
Yeah, look, I figured that, but, you don't want to offend anyone just in case it is their name. So, look, Lisa, you're a champion. You've got outside your comfort zone. You've joined in, and you've really exuberated confidence. You've said that this is I'm going to get out there. I'm going to do it. You've got your work on watching you. You've supported behind the scenes. You've stepped over every hurdle so far. What's been the scariest thing?
The scariest thing for this actual competition.
Yeah.
Is being here right now, being the only girl up against 9 other blokes.
So what would you say if there's a few ladies out there watching right now and they might be inspired by you, right, and they've seen you up here, what would you say to them? Because there's still time. We've still got 5 entries to go, so there's still time for them to step outside their comfort zone. Give a shout-out to all the ladies. Tell them why they should enter.
I think give it a go. Let's go out there to prove that fishing is just not a mean sport. We love to fish too.
Oh, for sure. And we love to have you fishing. I mean, I've fished a lot of competitions and, there's very few ladies that have ventured out into the tournament fishing scene. But, there's a couple of ladies out there that are crackers that, have showed me more on the boat than half of my male boaters or co-boaters. So they're out there. You don't worry about that. Listen, let's get into some questions. Let's do some questions. You have a challenge to do tonight. We'll stop about halfway and we'll do your challenge. But we've got to do some questions because I've got to, Brad's choosing the winner, so he's given me an allotment of questions to try and ask all the candidates to make it all fair. 1 to 5.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Because I'm the 4th picked.
Number 4. Rightio. Stressed? Shouldn't be. You're doing well. All right. I'm just going to check my messages and make sure Harry hasn't drawn the... Oh, look at that. We got somebody. You got friends in Townsville?
I do.
Lovely. Long way away from me down in Victoria. And Harry has actually picked Beck Bracken. I should be glasses on from Townsville.
I think Beck might have actually won a prize on a previous show.
Excellent. Well, she's the postcode winner, 4814 Townsville Beck Bracken. So, Beck, if you can send me a personal message, I will get you the postcode prize out this week. All right, let's get into these questions, eh? Let's not make you hang around for too long. We'll get it over and done with and make you feel much better being through this. I'm going to not do them in order. So I've got a list of questions here. Let's start with a hard one because we've already done question 1.
Oh, I love you too, Kens. Little Miss Kenzie. Love you. My little fishing buddy, Kenzie.
All right, excellent. So we've got what has been holding you back from taking the next step?
Honestly, Corey, it's been that I feel I'm not good enough. Like I said in my interview, I've only just learnt how to reverse a boat down a boat ramp because I was always intimidated when I did want to do it. And just so many big boats out on the water, they're there for a competition, they're in a rush, and I just don't see they give us ladies that slow, take it easy, it's okay, we've got all day. So honestly, that's what scared me the most, is I just honestly didn't think I was good enough, and that's it. And plus me with my trolling, I prefer to do a lot of trolling until Matthew showed me some tips that I'm not sharing with my husband.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, that's it. Yeah, don't share them. That's the secret. No, look, you do troll, and there are trolling comps out there. So you still get to a few of the family comps and whatnot. So that's great. But that's interesting. It's really good to get some insight from people. And what I've been loving about this whole brand ambassadors program is talking to fresh faces and fresh people in the industry. And seeing and picking their brains. I'm learning more out of talking to you guys than you would actually believe. Now, you just said the fast-paced environment that goes with tournament fishing has been one of the things that's held you back. Now, that's really interesting. I want to dig into that a little bit deeper because I really understand where you're coming from with that, because when we get to a comp, we're all in a rush. We all run out for pre-fish. We all come back. We're tear-assing around in big boats, making fools of ourselves, and not really offending anybody else. But we're rushing around, and then we have an order, and everyone somebody backs the boat down, somebody drives the boat on. It's nice and easy with a float-on trailer, so it makes it look easy. You don't have to wind it on like you do with a little tinny, and then the next boat's in, and the next boat's in, and everyone's ripping out. I can see how that can be intimidating. That's a really good point. Where do you think we could improve as an industry with that side of things? Is it a point that we need to be more understanding, or is it a point that we need to maybe do some training with backing things down, or being more patient, or what could help it out?
Well, I think to start off with, because I've only had my boat license now for maybe 3 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. I think when we do go for our boat license, especially women, I think they need to show us how to reverse a boat down a boat ramp. They need to show us how to work a boat that's the back steering motor, not just you steering like you're out in the ocean. I think they should give us that extra support. But I think if a woman was to do a tournament, they should have a separate boat ramp available for them, so they don't feel that big pressure to get your boat in and probably jackknife it. And that's what I think.
Yep, no, great points. Look, they sell 1 million caravans a year and never give anyone any backing. Everyone knows that I run a caravan park, and I can tell you, I could have a YouTube funniest videos thing going all day, every day, with people that can't back a caravan. Yet they've been driving around Australia and they want a drive-through site because they can't back a caravan in. I think it should be compulsory that you can back something at least if you're going to own it. I love that point. I don't think it's probably feasible to be able to have separate boat ramps. I think you probably need to go. There's a gentleman on the circuit. We love picking on him. His name's Barry Reynolds. Now, Barry's one of those guys that would help anybody out and loves it. But he one of his superstitions, he has to be first on the water. So he goes down, it's still pitch black, about an hour before everyone else, and puts his boat in, whether it's because he's not confident or whatnot. But you need to probably school up with Barry Reynolds, I reckon. That would help you out at the concert, because you wouldn't have anyone on the boat ramp when he does it.
Like I've watched a few different videos, and my husband's tried to teach me a little bit on how to reverse a boat down a boat ramp, and blokes can say left hand down, right hand down, but when you're a lady, to have someone else show you. And I took it on board to watch a video from a lady on Facebook, Women's Fishing, and she explained it in ladies' terms, and that's what I loved.
Did you? I've got one actually on my YouTube channel, how to back a boat down a boat trailer, and I found it one of the easiest ways to teach is basically when you're sitting at the steering wheel is if you put your hand on the bottom, because everyone's got power steering these days. So if you put your hand on the bottom of the steering wheel and you want the trailer to go left, you go left. And if you want the trailer to go right, you go right. And that's it's all visual and works out. But I have got one on my YouTube channel I did a couple of years ago. So that's very, very good input into looking at it from a different angle. I love seeing what the other angles are out there.
Yeah.
Rightio. Let's go into the next question. If given the opportunity to be the Allocraft brand ambassador's apprentice, what would be 3 achievements you'd like to tick off in the first 24 months?
I would say just to go out and have fun would be my first one, and to give back to the community. I'm a big believer in helping those that are underprivileged and don't have the chance to go fishing. So if I was allowed to, I would take some young kids that aren't rich or don't have any money and take them to have a run in the boat, and just to be able to feel what it's like to be in a boat and just to have fun with somebody.
Yep. Excellent. And I know you're all about fun.
And the third one would be just to take my kids for a drive in a boat that mum's been able to drive without dad taking the reins all the time.
Yeah. I don't think if Maddie's insurance let you, he didn't actually let you get in front of the driver's wheel on your charter?
No, I wasn't game enough. That was a fast boat. That was fast.
I always say, like, mine's not. I had exactly the same boat as Maddie until I swapped over to the Allocraft. But I always say to people, the reason I like the big horsepower on the back of the boat, because if you're not catching fish, at least you can go fast, and that's fun.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go to another question. You feeling comfortable? You're all good?
I'm all good.
You're looking confident. Don't let me put you off. What do you think a company should provide a brand ambassador in return for their efforts? So just saying you won the brand ambassador's apprenticeship thing in a few weeks' time. You're drawing out the winner. What do you think the should be provided to you going forward?
Well, I believe you already pretty much get everything already. Just honesty and loyalty is big to me. They're going to be there to support me, and I know you would be there to mentor me along the way. And all I ask is just for honesty. If I'm doing something wrong, please tell me, because I'm never going to learn if I don't get told.
No, and that's a really good answer. I really like that. So yeah, I mean, that's a hard question. I should have added to that and said, apart from the actual major prize, I mean, is there anything else you would expect, outside of the major prize?
I'm absolutely stoked to be this far. Like, I put in an entry just for the ladies, and to be picked was amazing.
Oh, look, and you deserve to be here. You've represented really, really well. So I'm glad everyone's on there and giving you the boost that you'll probably need. It's hard to talk yourself up. And I say to all of my guests all the time, it's really hard to talk about yourself. But, you look at the comments that are coming through, and I implore anyone to, write a nice comment in there for you, because this is what it's about. It's about getting outside your comfort zone. It's about, stepping outside of the realms of where you are, because in the future, if you win this, we want to grow with you. So Allocraft and Bluefin as a brand, we want to grow together, right? So for me to mentor you and make you a better fisherman or a better person or a better whatever, you grow, and then all of a sudden you've got 20,000 followers and you're the next Matthew Langford, and everyone benefits, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I'm answering your questions for you. I should shut up.
That's right.
Okay, this is a good one. You're all about family and happy and whatnot, so I'll ask this one. What's your family situation, and given your circumstances, what can you commit to in time to be successful in this role?
Well, both my husband and I work full time. We do have children in school. For the past few years, we have been committing to some local fishing comps, and it's just all about putting in annual leave to whatever comes available.
Yeah,
And
true.
no one's from school on here, but yes, my kids do take extra time off.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Look, the border's open. The New South Wales border's open. I'm heading up because I'm in Tungan to do the big bass fishing run. So I'm heading up to Glenbourne next week, the day after the border's open. I've got to do the show Monday night, and then I'm off to Glenbourne for a week to try and catch a few bass for the week. It's going to be a rest and recovery week for me. But Harry is dirty. He wanted to come.
Oh.
He wanted to come, but he's because he's had so much time off school. He's been homeschooled all the year. He knows that that it's very important for him to finish off grade 6. He's got graduation coming up. He's got all that stuff. So yes, he's dirty, but he knows that he's got to do his schoolwork. Have you got any of the kids in the room supporting you, or are they all next door watching?
They're next door watching, but I can get my number one supporter who came with me on the charter.
Why don't you get one of them on so I can ask them a question?
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
So you are Mum's number one supporter, and I don't want to embarrass you, but I want to get the whole motto of female power out tonight, and you need to tell everyone your name.
Hi, I'm Caitlin.
So Caitlin, you're a bit of a supporter, and you've been out. I've seen photos of you on Langers' boat, so you must have gone out on the charter too, did you?
Yeah, I did. It's lots of fun.
So tell everyone out there, we've got heaps of people on watching. They're all commenting, telling us how good your mum is, right? Tell me why she should win the prize, Caitlin.
Mum should win the prize because she is all about the power with women, and she wants to show off the blokes. So sorry, blokes. And I know that Mum would give it a good crack. She just wants to give it what she can.
I love it. That is so cool. I really appreciate that you've come on. How old are you, Caitlin, if you don't mind me asking? Am I allowed to ask how old you are? I don't even know. Am I being politically correct?
I'll be 15 in December.
So you'll be able to get your boat license in Queensland next year, won't you?
Yeah.
Rightio. So in 2 years' time, I want to see your name on the list applying for this as well, all right?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Love your work. You better put Mum back on. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
No, she's beautiful.
Isn't she good? Isn't she good? That's great. And she's willing to step out of the comfort zone like you. And, let's go girl power. I'm all for it. We've got a customer. A customer question. We've got a question from the crowd. So I'm going to bring it up. And it's from Matthew Wales. So Matthew's asking, what sets women apart in fishing compared to men?
I would say we don't have a lot of knowledge. Me personally, I didn't like fishing at all, so I didn't really know much about fishing. And I would say a lot of males are grown up with a father that taught them how to fish. Unfortunately, I grew up with a single mum, so we really didn't get to go out and do all those fun fishing things. We were more into sports, and that's it, I would say, definitely.
Yep. Hey, can I that shows a little bit. You've said you've grown up with a single mum, and she would have been out working, earning a living, and taking to the sport and doing all the stuff. Do you think that's a downside though? Because I think that's kind of a positive. I can see from our little chats throughout the last 6 months on the show, and you're the first time guest, but we've talked in other times. I think the empowerment that your mother's given you is absolutely part of your soul, because you just show so much confidence being out there. Is that? Am I on the right track there?
I also, Corey, I'll put it down to my work as well, being a lifestyle coordinator working in a nursing home. I have the utmost respect for our seniors, and they're the ones that drive me to be so confident.
That's excellent. And you have got a good supporter base around the, in your entry video, you said that they've talked you into doing it. Did you want to give them any of a shout out? There might be a few I'm watching.
I just want to say that you guys mean the world to me, and I look forward to waking up every day to come and be your lifestyle coordinator. So I'm doing it for the ladies.
You're doing it for the ladies. I love it. I love it. Hey, what I'd like to just tip in on Matthew's question there. You know, I know a lot of guys, we take our wives and girlfriends out fishing and we expect them to know everything, and we're not the greatest of teachers. It's more about throwing the tantrum because you think they should know because they've been fishing with you 100 times. Nikki doesn't even bother anymore. She just sits back and has a whine because I'm one of those guys that's like, oh, but you've been out with me 10 times. You should know how to tie that knot. But one thing that Nikki has that I will never have, and I find that most women do have, and this makes them really good fisher people. We'll say fishermen because I'm just not politically correct. Fisher people is that you guys have so much patience.
We do, yeah, and that's it. Oh, sometimes I have patience. Sometimes ask Mark Atkins, do I have patience when it comes to me not catching a fish?
Not catching a fish is different, but in general, I think most women have a little bit more patience than us. Now, we're about halfway through our time frame, so we probably should do your challenge. Now, for the people that are on, as I said, for the first time, what you need to, I suppose, understand is each of the contestants comes on and does a live interview, which is hard enough. And then Brad throws them in a challenge. And they've got to do a 3 to 5 minute presentation live because we believe that anyone can edit a video up and make it look good. They can take out all the mistakes. So it's hard to do stuff live. So we're going to get this up. And because I've had a crash at the start, it's going to take me a little while to set this up. So just bear with me for 1 second. I'm a man, so I can only do one thing at a time. Rightio. Now, I am going to mute myself. I'll bring the slideshow up that you've got, and I'll leave your audio going so you can talk to everyone, all right?
Okay.
So this is your slide here. I'm going to step off the screen, and I'm going to make it full screen, and you just give me a yell when you want me to turn page.
Okay. I have been asked to come up with a challenge of designing and implementing an ultimate fishing tournament. Next page. I wanted to pick a fishing competition that is family friendly, as I feel, and being a parent myself, that it's all about sharing the love of fishing with the whole family and sharing a special bond together. Next page. I wanted to implement a fishing competition that has a low budget entry, as I'm a massive believer that sometimes parents of young families won't enter, as a cost of fuel, accommodation and food plays a part why people choose to not enter. I would like to see this competition come in line with the Christmas school holidays, as I feel this is always can play a part to why people don't enter, as they have to take extra time off work or children away from school. Next page. The prizes I would like to have is looking at having sponsors and donations from local communities, as I feel it's all about giving back to a community and having people support them as well. I feel it's a word of mouth thing that keeps people coming back to the area. My major sponsors I would approach are BCF, Anaconda, and reach out to the South Burnett Regional Council in offering support to this family fishing competition. I also would like to invite guest speakers to come and talk about fishing and the true meaning of going fishing. Next page. My location I would pick is Boondoomba Dam in the South Burnett region, Queensland, because this is a very beautiful country location and is proved to be great fishing for Australian bass. This dam is stocked with Australian bass, golden perch, silver perch and Saratoga. This dam is stocked by the Boondoomba Dam Fishing Stocking and Management Association. This dam is assisted with stocking the dam for the sales of the stock impound permit. Next page. I would like to make this competition very family friendly and have rides, amusements and fireworks fun for the children during the evening when the daily fishing competition has finished. As I know my children sometimes get bored when mum's off drinking beers and talking to other anglers, getting tips and advice. I think why not have it kids have fun and the other parents can chat near the rides to other anglers about their day. Next page. The team entry requirements, the rules. Next page. I would put in place is start fishing at 5:30 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. You can fish as little or as much as you like during the day, and all catches will be on a photo app basis. I would like to see this fishing tournament being catch and release only, as I feel this would promote the fish and educate the whole family on fishing sustainability and how to catch and release safely. I don't like to see fish just being thrown into a rubbish bin just to win a prize. For those that wanted to keep a fish to eat, I will allow that still. The entry fee would consist of a small fee of $20 per family or a cited docket from a local surrounding sponsored business, and the docket must be within 1 month old from the competition, and to the value of $20 for each family entering. This competition would be capped to 100 families. Next page. Most of all, next page, I would love to see happiness and laughter because, next page, it's all about having fun and sharing memories together. Thank you.
Now we're on. We've swapped sides, but that's all right. Hey, that was well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Now, we had a couple of questions. Well, we were on there. It gave me some time to sort of go back through the questions and look for a few. So we've got a few that I'll bring up for you. Tristan, who's already been, when was Tristan? Week number 2. So he was number 2 selection. So Tristan's already been on, so he's been asking a few questions of everyone else. So what's the best way to get my partner to go fishing?
Let her pinch your lures and let her have a crack at fishing on her own. Or maybe come fishing with me. Where do you live?
Tristan,
I think
down Victoria way, so yeah.
Oh, okay. It honestly is. She's either going to love it or she's not, really. I'm not sure if you already take her out fishing or whether she just sits back like I once did and sat in the car and had no interest. But I think if you put a bit of a banter up, $20 for the first fish, I'm sure she'll be there.
Oh, look, we have little, Harry and I and Nikki, when we go away, we have little bets, dollar first fish, dollar most fish, dollar, first edible fish, and it ends up that everyone's owing everyone else $1 anyway because somebody catches the most, somebody catches the biggest. But it's all about having fun. You're right. I agree with that. I suppose, Tristan, the biggest thing is just keep asking, mate. So one day she'll say yes. So just keep asking. All right, we've had a freeze of the mouse, so that was a great question. There was another one. Nikki, another supporter of the show, who's just stepped up to become a angler this year in the ABT circuit. I personally don't think it matters if you're male or female. It's about having the confidence to give it a crack, and this is what this whole program is about. Nikki actually went out there after probably having the same thoughts we all did. Am I good enough? And great guns. You can see her on what is it? Hot Bites fishing videos now.
Yeah.
And she's popping up everywhere. Lovely to see.
Yeah, I've watched Nikki on a few of those hot bite lures, and that's what made me want to go buy them, because Nikki caught a fish.
Yep. And, that's what it's all about. Just going back. Go girl power. There's lots of girl powers. There was lots of, to messages to Caitlin as well. I'm just going back to see. I'll go back. Well, we'll get you another question.
That's all right.
Let's have a look. You'll know the answer to this because you've already sort of answered it. So, if you were successful in the role and you won the deal, how could you or would you give back to others?
Easy. I'd give back to anyone that supported me, and it's about giving my knowledge that I've received from you. I would help someone else, whether it be my child, whether it be a friend's child or another person. Yep.
Sweet. Another good answer. Here's another good one for you. Now, these don't have to be fishing related, okay? These can be life related. It could be, I'm not going to give you any hints. I've answered enough questions for you tonight. What are your top 3 achievements?
Top 3 achievements.
Now, how many kids have you got again?
Number 1 is having 3 kids. They're my biggest achievement.
If you called each child out as one, you wouldn't be able to say your wedding or anything else like that. So you've slotted the kids all into one, have you?
The kids are number 1.
Yep.
And definitely marrying my husband would come in at number 2. Secret.
Don't tell him that.
And number 3 is to where I am today in the job that I'm in. I started out cleaning motels, and I'm now a certificate 4 in leisure and health, which is a lifestyle coordinator. And I've been in my role for 12 years. So that to me is commitment.
Nothing holds you back, does it?
No. Oh, sometimes, yeah.
No, I can see you just going bull at the gate. So you've talked about the kids. You've given the kids a bit of a thumbs up. Are you gonna give a shout out to hubby?
My husband Callum. Yeah, he's the reason I got into fishing. He is an amazing bloke. He supports me doing this competition 100%. And he said, even to me tonight, you've got this. You'll be fine. I was a barrel of nerves. And he said, Lise, you know what you're doing. Give it a go.
That's good to hear. We say all the time, behind every good man, there's a good woman. It sounds like behind every good woman, there's a good man too.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. And it's Callum,
yes.
Callum. G'day, Callum. We haven't had any comments, but I think somebody's just popped in there. So glad to see he got a mention. So obviously one of his friends might be on watching as well. Right, let's get another question done. Being a sponsored angler is a great achievement, but it does come with some responsibilities. What do you think the 3 main things a company is looking for when we're talking about those responsibilities?
Honesty is number 1, and to value their core values as well is number 2 for me. Because every business has core values, and it's about following them and not going behind their back and telling little sly stories would be the 3rd for me.
Yeah, that's cool. Very good. You're doing well. Keep it up. I think the boys might be sitting back in their chairs thinking we've got a bit of competition here. What else have we got? I'm just going through. We've got another question from the crowd. Let's bring this one in.
Jason,
What would be your biggest achievement in fishing? If you could pick anything, what would be your biggest achievement in fishing?
am I allowed to say to win an ABT as a female angler?
Yeah, of course you are.
Definitely. Even going as a non-boater, I think just to be ranked in the first 4, I'd be stoked. That'd be a massive achievement.
And there is not to say that you can't do it next year if you take all those tips that bloody Matthew Langford gave you, and yeah, you'll be right.
Oh, it'll be even better if I ended up with Matthew or one of those other good fishermen, Tim.
Timmy, yeah.
I'll get you in the boat.
That's it. And that's the good part about it. We say it all the time with the ABTs and the Who Shares Wins motto and everything else that they do, and they supply it. So all you got to do as a co-boater is turn up and you get 3 different people. You learn 3 lots of different stuff. It is just the easiest way to learn is to become a co-boater. So man, female, child, I think they have an age group of 16 or above because of the insurance reasons. But if you're over 16, it doesn't matter what your sexual preference in, you should be doing it and should be out there and really giving it a crack, because it is the best way to learn for sure. It's not the best way to learn.
I just have to have a little giggle at a comment Belle Joy put there. Yes, my kids are my greatest achievement, but yes, when it comes to red belly black snakes, I do leave my rod and my kids behind.
Frightened of snakes, are we?
No, don't do snakes. Do not do snakes. No.
Look, I can do snakes. I don't do spiders. I've actually once jumped out of a car at about 80 k's an hour because the spider dropped on my lap. But everyone's got their little thing. So yours are snakes. That's good to keep. Now,
yeah.
Well, I dig through and get your situational, because we like to finish off each time on a situational question. Have you got any questions you'd like to ask me?
Corey, I think you need to find more women to enter these comps. Put it out there. Get more women to have a go.
I agree.
Sometimes it's that fear of just taking that next step.
It is, and that's part of the process. And
would you consider doing a women's only ambassador program?
Oh, everything's possible. Anything's possible for sure. Yes. Look, and I can tell you behind the scenes, there's a fair bit going on. I consider myself, it's very hard to say this, but I now consider myself a bit of an influencer through this show. Now, it all started off as shits and giggles. I was at the start of COVID. You've seen all the first episodes. I was getting my mates on and I was hanging shit on people, and it was all fun. And then it built into this massive thing that it is today, and we've got all this stuff happening now. Part of the reason I've started the website in the background and whatnot and what's going on is I really want to take this ambassadors program further. It's not an easy thing. I'm looking at, long term. Brad and I have talked in depth that this ambassador program will continue on. There's no doubt about that. We think that the industry needs something like this for sure. And Brad and I are putting our effort into getting it up and running. I would hope that I can do, it's all got to be cost negative, of course, but I'm hoping to eventually have some sort of ambassadorship that you can actually get an online ambassadorship where I'll be able to help you out online for a small fee or a monthly fee. We don't know how it'll work, but it will be open to anyone to enter. I don't think that you could rule out this doing a women's only one for sure. I think there needs to be more women in the sport. I'm a big advocate for women in the sport. I think it's a good thing for the sport since women have started really getting involved in the sport that, the guys have cleaned up their acts too. It's not just a shits and giggles, yahoos, and running naked around the campfire at midnight. Everyone's got a little bit of respect and whatnot. So I think it's brought a little bit of decorum into the fishing comp. So yes, I that is consideration. Long-winded question answer to your question, but yes, I would like to see some sort of ambassadorship program just for women to help them get into the sport, whether it's a phone call or an online weekly meeting or something like that. But there is thoughts of that going on. Harry, I did announce the postcode winner early on. He keeps sending me messages saying that I haven't done the postcode. It was to Townsville. What was Beck, wasn't it? So,
Beck Bracken.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on.
So, yes, it was Beck. So, Beck won the postcode prize. Thanks for updating me, though, Harry. It's really cool. So, yes, women in sport, very important. We really need them in the industry, but we need them out there fishing. It's not, it's not just sitting on the bank doing the scorecards or cutting lunches. It is actually getting out there and fishing and showing how to do it, for sure. Right. Did you have any other questions for me?
No.
Excellent. I'm going to go on to your situational question, because that'll pretty much take us up to the end of, and we'll throw in any last questions and whatnot. So if you've got any last questions, if you want any last questions, get them in now, because by the time Lisa has finished this situational question, we'll probably be calling it a night. So I will have to go back and see any late bids for the $200 worth of gear for the physio treatment of Timmy. Make sure you get them in. Somebody asked about the shirt. We will have these shirts on sale going into Christmas. I'm hoping it's either later this week or early next week. I'll have my shop open and you'll be able to order the shirts, jerseys, jumpers, hats, whatever you want. So, and they should get here in time for Christmas, allowing on COVID. Are you ready for your last question, Will?
I am.
All right. Because you're a troller, I've decided to throw in a trolling situational question. So you know how the situational questions work. We've ended on one. Yours is, if you're out there fishing with a comp, and say you're a co-boater on the back of a boat, and you're fishing a bank, and it looks like you and your boater are going to win the comp because you've got this bank sorted. You're catching fish off it regularly. You're getting upgrades. You think, yep, we're gonna win this comp. And then some random social fisherman decides to troll in between you and the bank where you're fishing, but not only once, but twice. What do you do?
So I believe in the boating rules. You've actually meant to give meters between the boats. So it's courtesy. I think the people doing the trolling should have gone behind your boat, not in front of your boat. And honestly, me being the co-boater, I probably would just say, let's find another spot and we'll come back soon. Because who's to say the fish are going to bite off trolling lures? Sometimes they go for different colours, so you can always come back to your spot.
No, for sure. And as I say all the way through, there is no right or wrong answer. So basically, you talk to your boater and you say, "Hey, let's piss off for 10 minutes, wait until he's gone, and we'll come back and brain these."
Yeah, because they're trolling by. They're going to be gone in 2 minutes. They're only trolling.
Yeah. Great answer. There we are. Let's have a look. Let's see. I think we had a $100 bid earlier on, so we're about $100 for the $200 worth of gear. Mark wants to know if you're going to the Barra Comp in February.
No.
Belle reckons you should sink their boat, so she's obviously on the aggressive side.
That's why I never get Belle on any of our family fishing comps, because I reckon she'll go around snapping lines, wouldn't you, Belinda?
That doesn't. Beck reckons if you get the brand ambassador, you'll have to come to WA.
I'm not driving that boat all the way around there.
Oh,
sharks in that water.
Yeah, look, there's great. Look, you've had massive support tonight. That's really good to see.
Thank you.
I'm very happy that your family and friends and everyone else has got on there and given you a big shout out. And I really want you to go. Well, as I said, I don't know who wins it. I have to say that my son has got through to the next stage. I'm actually interviewing my son next week, and I can tell you, Connor, I'm going to go harder on you than anyone else, because if you're to win this, you have to stand out and you have to beat people like Lisa and Bill and Tristan and Declan. You can't just be better than them. You've got to blow them out of the water, mate. So I'm putting the pressure on you. But Lisa, I think, even if you don't get through to the next stage, you will grow from this experience. I will continue to answer every question you've got. Obviously, when we give the boat away, I'm going to have a little bit of a break from the show for a few weeks and try and come back with a new format for next year and work through, because I won't be locked into COVID. So we might do a bit more out there and about. But I really do appreciate you coming on tonight, stepping outside your comfort zone. Hell yeah to the girls for you putting the entry in. Hell yeah to you for coming on and sitting through this interview. It looks like to me that you have just breezed through this. You are so confident within yourself. You should be proud of that. Your family's obviously proud. Your daughter's come on and said they're proud. To any girls out there, please get a late entry in, because I want to put Lisa under the pump now as she's put the boys under the pump. So
Thank you. Thank you so much, Corey. You've been an amazing support so far. So
we'll continue on whether you win it or not. I am out there for anyone. I'm in the public place, so I'm only a message away. I did have Matthew come to town today. He called in and seen me. He's a supporter of the show. There are plenty of people out there. I'm loving what's happening out in the environment. There's some great people. Love your work. Just stay on the line. I'm going to turn it off. We'll have a quick chat offline. But thanks for everyone, and thanks you to Lisa and all.